Hey, what's up guys, Sir Emanon here, and welcome to another feature match commentary on the channel today. So this is going to be another top 8 feature match for my online Discord tournament. If you guys do want to play in the next one, which will be Blazing Vortex Legal, definitely be sure to check out the link to the Discord server in the description box below as usual. Also, if you want to look at any of these players' deck lists, definitely head on over there as well if you're interested, because they're all going to be in that Discord. But without further ado, let's go ahead and feature a match between Aerosol TCG on Machina Infinitrack versus Frank the Bootylicious, aka Based Gavin, on Zoodiac Eldlich. This is going to be pretty interesting, and I'll also leave a link to Aerosol's YouTube channel if you're interested in some of the combos for this deck, because it's pretty cool what this deck can accomplish when it pops off. But we're going to be seeing the Rock, Paper, Scissors go to Machina Infinitrack, and he's going to be deciding to go first here. And there's probably going to be a lot of reading in case you guys are unfamiliar with these cards, but if you are, feel free to just skip ahead. But we're going to be seeing the opening hand be Ash, Ancient Gearbox, Double Urgent Schedule, and Machina Overdrive. So Box is basically the Garnet. If this card is added from the deck or graveyard to your hand except by drawing it, you can add one Earth Machine monster with 500 attack and or defense from your deck to your hand except itself, so it's not the one you want to open. Urgent Schedule is mostly a Ghost second card. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, special summon a level 4 or lower and one level 5 or higher Earth Machine monster from your deck in defense position, and also negate their effects. You cannot declare attacks the turn you activate this card except with machines, and if the set card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add a level 10 machine monster from your deck to your hand. So this actually has like some cool combos, like the double-headed Anger Knuckle, I believe. Like you can set it and then you can send it away and then get a search too. So that definitely can come up. Overdrive is a trap card that says target one machine monster you control, special summon a Machina monster with a different name from your hand or deck, and if you do, destroy the targeted monster. Also, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 3 of your machine monsters that are banished or in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck, and then draw one card, and you can only use one of the effects per turn, and only once that turn. So this hand doesn't really have that many starters. There's a lot of them actually, but just didn't draw any of them. There's like Heavy Forward. I believe there's the Infinitrack Harvester, which is another Rhoda. And then there's the Machina side of things where you have Redeployment and the Metal Cruncher as well. So didn't draw any of those cards, and I'm pretty sure they're all 3 ofs, so unfortunate that I just didn't draw any of them. So he's going to normal summon the Ancient Gearbox, and then set Urgent Schedule and set Overdrive and pass. Oh, I didn't go over the Zoodiac Eldlich hand because I had to do so much reading there. But it's going to be Scarlet, Tenki, Strike, Nibiru, and Ice Dragon's Prison. So, yeah, this hand is quite good, but it's going to be a solo matchup regardless. So, it's not too bad that Aerosol bricked here. But going to set and pass. And then for turn, we're going to see another copy of Solemn Strike drawn for turn. He's going to activate a copy of Fire Formation Tenki, excuse me there. And then search for a Zoodiac monster. That's going to be Whiptail, the pick. And then going to normal summon instead of Whiptail. And then go into a Borbo. And then going to enter battle phase. At the start of the battle phase, looks like we're going to see Overdrive being activated. So targeting the box to destroy it as well as summoning the Citadel. This is like an interruption type of card. Basically, as a quick effect, you can target a machine monster you control and destroy whatever you targeted, as well as all monsters your opponent controls, with attack less than or equal to it. And also it comes back if an Earth Machine monster you control except itself is, or another copy of itself, is destroyed by battle or card effect while it's in your graveyard. So it's a really, really cool interruption type of card. Some Orcus lists were attacking this when they were testing with the redeployment engine. But yeah, Citadel going to pop the Borbo, preventing any Zeus shenanigans, and then just going to set 4 and pass. For turn, we're going to see a Brutal Dozer be drawn, which is a good card, but it needs like another card to start. So all the Infinitrack level 5s basically say that you contribute an Earth Machine monster, and then special summon this card from your hand in defense, and then they all have other effects. So this one, when it's summoned, you can special an Infinitrack from your deck in defense position, except another copy of itself, and then its effects are negated, and then it locks you into Earth Machines for the rest of the turn. There's also a couple more level 5 Infinitracks that will come up probably throughout the match, I would assume. But this is not really a starter card by itself, so it's just going to be another pass. End phase is going to activate Scarlet. That's going to be Ashed. And then he's going to change Strike to that, actually. So we're going to see Golden Lord be summoned here. And then that's going to be a pass. For turn, we're going to see the top deck be Cursed Eldland. So not really playing Zoo cards anymore, just playing the Eldlich portion of the deck. So we're going to activate Cursed Eldland, then pay 800 life points. That's going to search for a copy of Wakero. And then going to go to battle phase and hit for 25. And then main phase 2, set Wakero and pass. End phase is going to activate Urgent Schedule. So that's going to summon out a copy of Trencher and a copy of Harvester. So like I mentioned, this has the same hand effect, but it has a Reborn effect from Graveyard where you can banish it and then special a level 5 or lower Infinitrack from your grave. And then Harvester, if it's normally special, you can add an Infinitrack monster from your deck to your hand. And then also has a level modulation effect, similar to like the Flying Rail Pegasus. I don't remember its exact name, but basically you target another machine, and then the levels of both that target and itself become the sum total of those two monsters. A lot of reading, I apologize, but I promise if you guys are not familiar, it might be useful. And I won't be reading everything as the game continues. Here's another one that we're going to read, so it's going to be Metal Cruncher. If you control no face-up cards, you can normal summon this card without tributing, but its attack becomes 1800, and then if it's normal or special, you can reveal 3 Earth Machines. Your opponent randomly adds 1 to your hand, and then you shuffle the rest back. So this is the way that Orcus would like reveal 3 Scrap Recycler, and then add 1 to the hand, basically. So he's going to link summon into a copy of Infinitrack Goliath. This allows you to basically attach it to an Exceeds monster you control as material if it's sent from the field to the grave. And also, it bestows protection to whatever machine Exceeds it has basically as material. So it gains the effect of this card cannot be destroyed by card effects while this is attached. And he's going to link Harvester into another copy of Goliath. And then link both Goliaths into a copy of Double-Headed Angry Knuckle. That's going to be Striked. This has the effect where basically you can only use one of each effects, and it can't be used as lead material. So during the main phase, you can send a monster from your hand or field to the graveyard, then target a level 10 machine in your grave, special in defense, but negate its effects. And also, if it's in your grave, it comes back by sending a card from your hand or field to the grave. So this is how you can combo with the Urgent Schedule like I was talking about earlier. Ton of reading, guys. Bear with me here. Gonna normal summon a copy of Metal Cruncher. That's gonna reveal 3. So you're gonna reveal Fortress, Bullet Train, and then Derrickrame. And then that's going to add Fortress to hand. Normally, from what I can tell, if you watch the combo video on Aerosol's channel, basically you're trying to add Dozer, but since he already has one, just gonna pick a different resource instead. Trench are gonna be banished. That's the Reborn one. So that's gonna bring back Harvester. This is the Rhoda. So that's going to search for a copy of Tunneler. And then this one has, again, the same level 5 hand effect, but its graveyard effect is basically target 5 Earth Machines, shuffle them into the deck, then draw 2 by banishing this card. So it's like an Avarice, basically. And then gonna use the Fortress to pitch itself and the Tunneler, and then special slip back the Fortress. It's a really, really old card, so that interaction works. I still don't really know why that works that way, but it does. But Harvester gonna be activated next, and then that's gonna target the Fortress. So they both become level 9. So yeah, that's going to overlay into a copy of Enter Blathnir, which is pretty cool. Looks like on summon, we're going to see Zoodiac Eldlich activate the Ice Dragon's Prison. And that's going to target Citadel. And Aerosol is going to Chain Overdrive. So that's going to target 3 to basically shuffle them back and draw 1. So it's going to try and dodge the Ice Dragon's Prison there. But then in response, we're going to see Walkero be the pick. Does this have to shuffle all 3? No, it just shuffles them, so it tries to resolve as much as it can. Yeah, Walkero does not target. So yeah, that's going to banish Tunneler, it looks like. So now the Overdrive is going to resolve, shuffling 3 and then drawing 1. Oh yeah, he shuffled the wrong thing back. That's fine. Okay, he picked Trencher instead. This can shuffle back from banish as well. So he's going to draw 1 off of that. And then the Ice Dragon's Prison will resolve without effect. And then in a new chain, Ender Blathnir is going to be activated. And then that's going to banish Lord. And then we're going to see Brutodozer going to tribute away the Metal Cruncher. That's going to summon itself. And then on summon, it's going to summon an Infinitrack from deck. So that's going to summon the Trencher. And then going to overlay for a copy of River Stormer. So this says when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can attach that monster to this card's material, and then you can only use each of the following effects once per turn. You can detach a material from this card, take an Earth Machine from your deck, and either add it to the hand or send it to the graveyard, so this is like an extender. And then if this card's in your graveyard, you can contribute a Machine Link monster and then special in defense position. So it combos with a Goliath, which is cool. You can contribute Goliath and then use Goliath to attach under it. So that's like a really, really good resource loop. And then River Storm is going to be activated. That's going to detach the Trencher to search for a copy of Citadel. I believe that's the one that he put back. Yeah, he put it back. And then going to activate Redeployment, which allows you to basically discard either a Machina to add 2 Machina cards with different names, or discard 1 card to add 2 Machina monsters with different names. So going to add Overdrive and another Metal Cruncher. And then going to link the River Stormer away into the Goliath. And then going to discard the Metal Cruncher to bring back the Fortress. And then try to end up battle phase where he's going to get Nibiru'd. And then, let's see, 4100 defense. Gonna set Overdrive and then pass. We're gonna see the end phase. Scarlet gonna be used. So that's going to set a Conquistador. And then pass. For chain, he's gonna draw Ash. Main phase is gonna switch the Nibiru to defense. And then activate Curse Eldland. That's going to pay 100 to search for a copy of Walkero. And then gonna go and set it and pass. End phase, Walkero going to set Scarlet. So he can't actually out the token right now, which is kind of funny. For turn, we're going to see a top deck redeployment, which is not too bad. Trencher going to be banished to Reborn. He's going to chain Walkero and then chain Scarlet. The target was Harvester. The chat wasn't scrolled down there. So Lord going to be summoned off the Scarlet, and then the Walkero is going to banish the Harvester. And then Urgent Schedule is going to be used since more monsters are on his opponent's field, but that's going to be Ash. And then it's going to be a pass. So Conquistador is going to be the out, looks like. So that's going to pop the token and summon itself. And that's going to be in the game 1. So pretty interesting, a lot of back and forth. Hopefully there won't be as much reading in games 2 and 3. But if you stuck around, shoutouts. Hopefully we'll be able to plow through games 2 and 3 a little bit faster. But yeah, Zoodiac Eldlich taking game 1 here. So Machina Infinitrack going to go first in game 2. Opening hand for Machina Infinitrack is going to be Dynamiscus, Machina Fortress, Infinitrack Anchor Drill, which is, this is another one I have to read. So it's basically a Marauding Captain for Earth Machines on normal or special summon, and also has another level modulation type effect similar to a Harvester. Redeployment and Brutodozer as well. So this hand looks quite a lot better for sure. Has the redeployment as a starter, has Anchor Drill, really, really good stuff. And then for the Eldlich hand, or Zoodiac Eldlich hand, is going to be Curse Eldland, Strike, Conquistador, Ram, and another Strike. So would be amazing going first, but going second here. No go second cards or hand traps. So going to be quite good for Machina Infinitrack. So going to normal Anchor Drill, and then use it to special summon the Brutodozer, which triggers as long as it's special from the hand, doesn't have to be by its own effect. So that gets its effect here. It's going to summon out the Trencher. Overlay for a copy of River Stormer. That's going to use this effect to Rhoda for an Earth Machine. So that's going to search for Bullet Train. And Bullet Train allows you to basically summon itself to the field if everything you control is an Earth Machine, and then also adds from grave to hand if it's sent to the graveyard during the end phase. During that turn at least. Going to link for Goliath, and then link away Anchor Drill for another Goliath, and then going to link away both Goliaths for the Ancient Gear Ballista. So this allows you to search for Ancient Gear Box. And the box gets you another search as well. So box triggers here since it was added, and that's going to search for Tunneler. And then going to activate Redeployment, pitching Fortress. That's going to search for Overdrive and a copy of Citadel. And he's going to tribute away the Ballista for the Tunneler. Summon itself, and then going to go for the Goliath. And then going to special summon the Bullet Train. And then link for a copy of the Anger Knuckle. And I'm going to banish Tunneler to basically Avarice here, targeting all links plus the Anchor Drill. So I'm going to shuffle back and then draw 2. I'm going to draw Ash and Feather Duster, so it's nice to see more defensive cards. Going to pitch Citadel to bring back the Fortress, and then set Overdrive and Dynamiscus, and then pass. So he has like a really, really good resource loop, because he can also add this, or add with this in the end phase. So Bullet Train going to target Dozer. So he has the starter card, basically the starter card back. Plus this comes back, this comes back. There's like a lot of recursion, and plus Trencher is also there to reborn. So and River Stormer can also come back. So like everything can recur itself basically in this deck, which is like really, really what makes it strong. It's super sticky and hard to get rid of these cards. So for turn, we're gonna see the Zoodiac Eldlich player draw Barrage. Honestly, it's gonna be hard to break this entire board. Okay, so gonna activate the Curse Eldland. That's gonna pay 100 to search, but that's gonna be met by Dynamiscus, pitching the box. And then he's gonna normal summon Zoodiac Ram, and then go for a Borbo. And then Anger Knuckle is gonna be used because that is a quick effect. So it's gonna target Bullet Train, it looks like. So Bullet Train's gonna come back, and then gonna go to battle phase. Start battle phase is going to use the Overdrive. So it's going to target the Anger Knuckle, and then summons the Metal Cruncher. Alright, so I thought it was going to be Citadel. Oh, Citadel's engraved, that's why. I'm pretty sure it's a 1-of. But Metal Cruncher going to be summoned. And Citadel as well as Cruncher get the trigger. Right, because it was destroyed by Machina Overdrive. Oh yeah, so the Cruncher will be able to reveal 3, and that's going to add a copy of Crane. And then the Citadel comes back. And now Citadel can be used here. So that's going to destroy the Bullet Train. So that's going to get its effect in the end phase again. And then Borbo is going to be sent away. This deck's really cool. Zoodiac Barrage is going to be used next. That's going to be activating its effect, summoning a copy of Whiptail. And then this is not once per turn, by the way. Wait, no, it is. I'm kidding. It is once per turn. I lied. I thought it wasn't once per turn for some reason. Yeah, okay. So going to go for Shakanine. And then Shakanine effect, that's going to bring back the Ram. And then going over for Tiger Mortar. And then for Trident. Trident effect is going to destroy the Metal Cruncher. And then going to set 3 and then pass. Bullet Train going to add back the Box. And Box does trigger because it triggers when it's added from grave to hand as well. So Box effect going to be able to search. And it's going to add Anchor Drill. So he's basically back to square one. Literally back to the same 2 cards that like started this entire play, plus graveyard setup. So he's like in a really, really good spot. Plus this can activate again too. He's going to draw another copy of Overdrive for turn. He's going to activate Harpy's Feather Duster. And that's just going to be the end of game 2 right there. So yeah, he knows that he just can't keep up with the resource advantage generation that this deck provides. So that's really, really good to see. But we're going to move into game 3 now, where we're going to see actually the Machina Infinitrack deck forced to go first again, which is pretty interesting. Hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys are enjoying it, definitely be sure to like it and subscribe if you're new here and want to see more commentary similar to this style. Let's try and speed through game 3 before this video gets way too long. So the opening hand is going to be Harvester, which is a Rhoda, Heavy Forward, which is another Rhoda, Overdrive, Tunneler, and Ash. So we know all these cards except for Heavy Forward. Basically, it's just a Rhoda on activation, and it also can attach itself to a Machine Xyz monster or change its battle position, which that doesn't come up as much, but basically it's another starter. And then for the Zoodiac Eldlich hand, it's going to be Nibiru, Curse Eldwin, Scarlet Conquistador, and Walkero. So no Zoo cards. Has a hand trap, but this deck can play decently against Nibiru as well. So he's going to normal summon Harvester and use that effect. That's going to search for Brutal Dozer. And then going to link it to Goliath. And then going to tribute the Goliath away for the Brutal Dozer. That effect is going to activate on summon to summon from deck a copy of the Trencher. Then going to overlay it into the River Stormer. And then he's thinking here he's going to Nibiru here. And there's definitely ways to keep going because he can Reborn and he has another extender here. And he has Heavy Forward, so definitely not the end of the turn. Trencher going to target the Dozer. And then going to link it to Goliath. And then use River Stormer to tribute away the Goliath and bring itself back. And then Goliath can also trigger here to target Stormer. And this has not been used yet because it was just Nibiru on summon. So we can actually use that to Rhoda. So it's going to add a copy of Machina Fortress to hand. And then going to pitch the Fortress itself as well as the Tunneler. Summon back the Fortress. And then going to link it to a copy of Goliath. And then link the Goliath and the Fortress into a Ballista. Ballista is going to search for a Box. And then Box gets another search. So that's going to add a copy of the Anchor Drill. And then Heavy Forward going to add a copy of Trencher. And then going to pitch the Box and the Trencher for the Fortress. And then going to link those 2 away for a copy of Anger Knuckle. And then going to Tunneler to Avarice. So it's going to target all the links to draw 2. Honestly, it was really helpful watching Aristole's video before actually commentating over this replay, because I didn't watch these games. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I didn't watch any of these games in the top 8, so I'd be totally lost if I did not like read all these cards and look at the videos. So definitely check that out, because this deck's cool. But it's going to draw Heavy Forward and another Heavy Forward rather, and a Redeployment. So Redeployment going to pitch the Overdrive, and that's going to search another Overdrive and a Citadel. And then going to Overdrive, Banish to put back the Trencher, the Tunneler, and the Brutal Dozer and draw another card. Going to draw the Box. And then going to set Overdrive, pitch Citadel for the Fortress, and then pass. So here we have another situation where we can bring back the Citadel as well because of the overdrive interaction, since it'll destroy whatever Earth machine we want. And basically this gets to trigger, and we can get maybe a Metal Cruncher trigger on our opponent's turn too. So a lot of really, really good interactions. Like, this is super plus. Through Nibiru as well. For turn, we're going to see Skullmeister drawn for turn. A little bit late. Going to go for Curse Eldland. That's going to pay 100 to search for Golden Lord. And then Lord effect, that's going to send away the Anger Knuckle. I feel like it was probably worth to try and force the overdrive. But, I mean, regardless, I think it was going to be resolving no matter what. Lord effect's going to send away the Curse Eldland. That's going to summon itself. And then not electing to use this effect here. Going to go Battle Phase. And then going to attack over the Fortress. But Fortress also has an effect. When it is destroyed by battle, you basically get to pop whatever card destroyed it, basically. Which, that effect doesn't come up that much, surprisingly. Citadel, but here it came up. So Citadel's going to bring itself back because another machine was destroyed. And then Lord's going to attack over the Citadel. It can't be destroyed. And also it has more attack anyways. So that's going to just go to the graveyard. And then he's going to set Walk Hero and Conquistador. And then end phase Scarlet banish to set Conquistador. And then going to pass. For turn, we're going to see redeployment draw for turn. He's going to start up with the Anchor Drill, and that's going to use its effect to summon out Box from hand. And then Anchor Drill going to level Modulate, so they both become 8. He's going to chain Conquistador, targeting the Box. He's not going to trigger Citadel here. Going to link into the Goliath. And then River Stormer going to be tributing the Goliath, but that gets Skullmeistered. The Train Link is going to send away the Heavy Forward, the Anger Knuckle. So that's going to bring itself back. I was thinking about Walk Heroing there, but decides not to. He's going to Overdrive here, targeting the Anger Knuckle. And then that's going to summon Metal Crunch from deck. Cruncher Chainlink 1, Citadel Chainlink 2, that's going to be met by Walk Hero. The coolest thing is that, like, the Overdrive shuffles banished cards back. So it's like, even if they get banished, it's not like the Citadel is gone forever. He has to cycle on his opponent's next turn, which is cool. But Metal Cruncher will resolve here. That's going to reveal 2 Metal Crunchers and a Bullet Train. And it's going to add the Bullet Train. That's actually a really, really sick hit. Except for the fact there's nib tokens here. So that gets in the way a little bit. So Trencher is going to bring back the Harvester. Harvester is going to search for a copy of Tunneler. And then going to pitch the Bullet Train to bring back Fortress. And then Harvester is going to overmodulate, targeting the Fortress. So they both become 9. He's going to overlay for the Ender Blathnier. Ender Blathnier effect is going to banish the Lord. And then Battle Phase going to attack over both of the Golden Lands. Oh, just kidding. Oh, this becomes 18, right? So I can't attack over this. But he's going to make Zeus in main phase 2. And then going to tribute away the Metal Cruncher for the Tunneler. And then going to link away for the Goliath. And I believe he already used... No, he didn't use this effect yet. I don't believe. I could be wrong, though. It's been a long turn. Heavy Forward going to be activated. That's going to search for a copy of Brutal Dozer. And then going to tribute the Goliath away for Brutal Dozer. And then that effect's going to get another monster from deck. That's going to summon another copy of Trencher for next turn. And then going to Tunneler, shuffle back. All the links plus Cruncher and Drill. So between Tunneler and Overdrive, you literally can just recycle everything forever. It's going to draw Dynamiscus and another Overdrive. He's going to link for a Goliath. And then a link for another Anger Knuckle. And then set the traps and then pass. End phase going to activate the Bullet Train because it was sent away from the Fortress. So that's going to be a bullet target box and then the effective box. So that's going to search probably another Anchor Drill for next turn. Yeah, so you can see this deck just replaces itself every turn. It's super cool. And that's just going to be the end of the match. So yeah, just not able to keep up with the resources. I like that Ender Blathnier can just really banish the Lord. And that's really, really important. But yeah, this is super cool. Again, if you want to check out the deck lists, they'll be in the Discord server. So definitely check that out. But that's going to do it for the video, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like as well as any thoughts or feedback in the comments. Subscribe for more informative and competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. If you want to, you can follow me on all social media platforms or support me via Patreon TCG Player. All the links in the description as usual. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next video. See you guys.